5 players have told Manchester United that they wish to leave the club. Alejandro Garnacho, Marcus Rashford, Antony, Jadon Sancho, and Terrell Malacia will not be reporting for pre-season training until later on in July. So is it these players coming to the forefront and saying, we don't want to be here? Or is it Man United pushing the issue, forcing the issue and saying, listen, you're not welcome. It's over. Find new clubs. You ain't coming on tour. And to add to that, Matheus Cunha is Man United's new number 10 as well. Marcus Rashford currently doesn't even have a number in the squad. So it's all going off at Old Trafford. Are we finally seeing ruthlessness? Are we finally seeing the hierarchy taking extra measures to make it very, very clear you need to find extra clubs? Or is it the players? Is this power in the players that are saying, we ain't coming back right now. We want out. Let's hear from you guys. I want to know what you lot are saying, but these are significant moves, man. Welcome to the Trinity, episode 70. KG's not here right now. He's on his way. He's on his way. He's on his way, Owen, isn't he?
Yeah. Wow, this is a show of breaking news, and with KG the comedian.
Breaking news.
KG's late, so stuck in traffic. He went, and this is the beauty of this show being it's beauty. You still got to do it, Flex. But
I know. So does he now?
This is the beauty. Well, it's the beauty of this show being live is that you don't. Previously, when it was pre-recorded, you wouldn't have seen that. We'd have just had to start recording at 4:15. We went, no, going live, and KG the comedian. It's all going off. If you haven't seen, as Flex has just spoken about right there, basically in the last 20 minutes, Man United have effectively briefed the media as to what's happening ahead of preseason training beginning on Monday. And the answer is a lot. As you can see right there, Rich Fay, among many, they all reported at the same time, which means they've been told. Marcus Rashford, Alejandro Garnacho, Jadon Sancho, Antony, Terrell Malacia have all told Manchester United they want to leave the club and will be allowed to report for pre-season duty later to finalise moves. And really, the suggestion is if they can't finalise moves, they'll come back for pre-season.
Yeah,
so right now they've told don't come back on Monday. In addition to that, for a bit more of a context around it, all of those players will be welcome back, they say, at Manchester United if they cannot secure moves away. Maybe once again, that sort of devil in the details. Contractually, you can't exile.
I was going to say, you can't just get rid of them. Yeah, exactly.
As it says right here, they will all have access to medical and rehab facilities during their time away from Carrington to basically, once again, say it's not as if they've been banished or exiled. Nope. They have, but they haven't. You know what I mean? You can come in if you want to, but we're saying you
can use the bikes. Can use the bikes and stuff.
It's like when you go on study leave before the exams. You can come in and use the library if you want, or you can stay at home to revise. It's up to you. It's up to you. Laurie Whitwell, once again, reporting the same thing because everyone was told the same thing. But significantly, Cunha has been given Manchester United's number 10 shirt. Of course, that was previously Marcus Rashford's shirt. And Rashford's reps were informed in advance. It's not like they found out through the press or anything like that. So Matheus Cunha is indeed the new number 10 at Manchester United. And if you had any doubts of whether Marcus Rashford had a future at the club, this is what Fabrizio Romano has said. It's definitely over between United and Rashford. Rashford dreams of a Barcelona move as a priority for his future. Of course, that comes off the heels of the news this morning about Nico Williams not going to Barca, agreeing that new 10-year contract at Bilbao. There were then other report saying that Luis Diaz was the next option that Barca wants, but they've already had a bit of rejected for him several weeks ago, actually, and Rashford could be the plan B. But certainly, Flex, and this is what we've asked for, we said, look, start getting ruthless, start, the exiles, start do like the Chelsea do, and, Raheem Sterling, you're not allowed back, you're not going to be registered. Don't take them on tour. We'd all kind of gone there. They're probably going to end up on tour, aren't they? They're not going on tour. They're just trying to save fuel when it comes to the plane. So none of those guys are on tour. It's once again going to all of these clubs that are possibly interested in all these people going, they're available. Come and buy these players. So maybe the way of doing it so far hasn't worked. You know, the sort of negotiating. Are people interested? Aren't they interested? Now, Man United. I don't have my white flag, but it's white flag again, being like, come get the players, come get the players, please,
come get them,
get the players.
Come get them. It's over.
That's what it is.
It's over.
Yeah.
This is big news, but we do need to break it down. We do need to break down what it means because
spin. Is that what you're saying? Spin.
No. It's not spin. Definitely isn't spin because it's real. This has happened. They're coming back later. Rashford don't have a number. It's not spin. Spin is like lying and acting like they're being told they want to leave and that, when really you want to welcome them back and they're going to play for us again. This is not spin. This is going to happen. But it is interesting to look at this and break down, does this put us in a stronger position or a weaker position? Is this the correct action Man United needed to take? Because you have one side whereby now you have, like you said, told the world that these players want to leave. They all want out. So instantly, anybody negotiating, not like they didn't know, but anybody negotiating for these players or wanting to negotiate for these players, price can just come down a little bit from the prices that it would be, and it's difficult already. It's come down again because publicly you've told them clear off. If they don't find moves by a certain time where they have to come back as well, what does that look like? Clearly, with how it's going, they're saying it in a professional way, but they're not getting reintegrated into that squad, in my opinion. Like, say we get back from tour and it's, I don't know, that would be like August the 3rd or 4th, innit? But say it's late July, the team's not even going to be there in late July. Like the actual team is in America. I'm going to be there.
They'll be allowed back in late July. When? August.
When no one's there, man. Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean?
So
there's no intention, is there?
There's no intention. And then we get back and then we've got that game against Fiorentina, and obviously they're not going to be, part of it. So we have to talk about that. But for me personally, my opinion of it is, I think it is needed. It's needed because what it also does is stops the distraction because obviously we're like, they're going to come back. They're going to go on tour. They surely what's going to... Now Ruben won't have to... He'll have to answer questions initially of, so those 5 want to go. What's going on? And he'll just say a blanket discussions. We've told you already. They're looking for new clubs. They're still Manchester United players as of now, but looking for new clubs. We will see. He has to keep it simple, but it puts to bed like, they ain't coming on tour. I'm focusing on this. The people who want to be here. It does.
That's the reality is, because you can get lost in the minutiae, because as is the case with Rashford, with Antony, with Sancho, with Garnacho, every single time they didn't want to leave. They were told to leave. Again, who gives a shit, right? Exactly. The outcome's the same. They leave. So Man United coming out, and the way they framed it is all of these players have asked to leave. Did some of them ask to leave because they were told to leave? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Or they were given the impression I'm not welcome here? Yes, probably. Marcus Rashford, Alejandro Garnacho, good grief. He was told in front of the squad, you better pray you find a new club.
He might not like that. So he might be like, don't put out there that I asked to leave.
I didn't ask to leave.
Because that could come next now. There could be
some
more. He's already done the Rashford thing on the back. There could be more stuff.
Yeah, but even with that, like I said, who cares? Because the outcome's the same, isn't it? I wasn't asked to leave. I was told to leave. Okay, so you weren't fired. You were made redundant. You still have lost your job. The outcome is the same. Yeah, the minutiae might be different in payoffs and what have you. But still, it's the same outcome. So what it does scream like to me is Ruben Amorim's returned to Carrington today. There are pictures of him arriving at Carrington today.
Yeah,
and you get the impression he has made it abundantly clear.
Yeah.
These are the players I want to work with starting Monday. These are the players I don't even want to be here. I don't want him to be here. I didn't want him to, he's not wanted Rashford here basically since he's come in, certainly since the winter. Garnacho at the end of the season was very obvious. He didn't want him to be here. With Antony, very obvious that he moved him on in January. Yeah, I'm fine. You can go. Malacia, he went out in January. I mean, Malacia's like the little bit at the end where you go, well, yeah, but I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. You know what I mean? But it's the big players, and obviously the Sancho one's a non-starter, isn't it? So, it seems to me that But I do think this is the best way forward. I think because
we had to start initiating
as we saw last season with the Sancho stuff, when the sort of soft integration, but they then leave. It just muddies the water, doesn't it? It just
you have to go through this bit where everyone talks about it. It's a bit of a media storm, etc., etc. But it's been said now and it's been made clear. It's not. It's also not. It's not a surprise as well. I don't think anyone's shocked by this. We could be like pleasantly surprised that we've actually come out, taken the initiative, and said, they're not coming back for a while.
Because that's atypical for United. United don't really.
Yeah, they don't normally do that. So that shows a shift. What we can't do is keep cussing and saying, are they trying and not being ruthless enough, and cuss people like Omar Barada and call him clueless and all of this stuff when it's his first year in there. We've got so much to do that is difficult with the loads of shits that happened before he even got there. And he's trying to unpick it all now. Do you know what I mean? And we've got a lot of work to do. So listen, you can't praise work that hasn't been done yet, but I can look at the intent of trying to do the right thing. And that's what I can see from this. By saying, listen, they're not coming back. You're coming back later on in July. So essentially, with the new look Ruben team that's progressing and learning more under Ruben and getting better, and he's had more time with them on the training field, none of these players are part of that. So they're not part of it. It's not like they're going to not train with us for 4 more weeks, come back at the end of July, having not been around a team, and he goes, oh, yeah, okay, well, yeah, I'll use you now. Never happening. Not happening. Those guys ain't playing for us again. They're not. Not especially when Ruben's the manager. It's not going to happen. So
it's going to be interesting, Fleck. It's going to be interesting. And this might ruffle some feathers a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's just happened today with the 5 players have asked to leave, or have asked to leave, or have they been asked to leave, whatever. We're going to see who's very player FC, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I guarantee there will be some pushback from some within the fan base of, well, you can't treat player X like this. You shouldn't treat Rashford like that. Or you shouldn't treat Garnacho like that. Or you shouldn't treat Sancho like that. And it's going to be very interesting to see who rears their heads up and go, yeah, because with Garnacho, when he was chewed out in front of the squad, you better find a new club. There was people unhappy with that.
Yeah.
That's not the way to go. That's not the way to go. Rashford, the way he was just banished, was on the bench once, and that was it. No, I don't like that. No. Go all the way back with Jadon Sancho. No, Ten Hag was in the wrong there. Ten Hag, the way what he said, and actually didn't even say after the Arsenal game, that was wrong. So I'm very curious, very interested to see who rears their heads when it comes to the old player FC. Because for Manchester United FC, this is the right thing. They all have problems with either the coach, the club, or they don't want to be here. They're not good enough. Whatever. They're on too much money. They should all go. Like you always say, Flex. Initiating. We've sort of initiated. This is very much an initiation of you can all go. You don't have to come back, but you don't have to come back to work.
We're planning without you. Yeah, we're planning without you. And it's not like that. Like I said, Marcus Rashford, when he done that interview with Henry Winter, he's not going to be surprised that this has happened. But what is interesting is this is going. It's almost like, obviously, the players have been told this ahead of time, so they're not just going to be seeing this in the media now. They've known this.
No.
However, what were the briefings we were getting through from journalists a little bit earlier today and yesterday? Marcus Rashford is happy to come back. I was
just about to say that.
And do his bit. So now when this drops out, that's when you can talk about spin but you know what? I'm not even mad at that type of spin. People act like PR, public relations, is not an entity in itself. It's a real thing. Like, it's not fake. It has to happen. And when you're a brand, when you're a player, when you've got representatives, it's their job to paint you or put out certain things to control your narrative. That's what PR is, right? And the problem with it is, I say problem, the realistic nature of PR is that people can see through what PR has been said and what the situation really is. So us hearing that Marcus Rashford he's happy to be professional and come back to Carrington and train with the team. So now what? Can it be spun back the other way to say he's been exiled? Like he does want to leave, but he wants to come back and train just like normal and be professional. Do you know what I mean?
How wild it is, like you said. Those reports came out earlier today. hey, Marcus Rashford's happy to come back. He's happy to come back, and he's happy to get all.
They still loaded in. Oh no, they're not in there anymore.
And he's expecting to go to training on Monday.
Yeah.
Then Man United go, fuck that. No, he's not.
Here's our PR.
You've been told don't come back. You know what I mean? And that is the tiring aspect of it all, isn't it? Is that it is kind of played out in the media with like these, like you say, briefings of I'm happy to come back. You know, the Instagram stories, come on, boys. You know, don't worry about that. And then Man United go, no, go. That's why you just want to get it resolved either way. But what I think this does do, regardless of your perspective on whether that's right or wrong, it makes Monday so much more straightforward. None of that. Here comes Rashford for preseason trade. Here comes Sancho back at Carrington. You know, Garnacho back at Carrington for train. Oh, I'm not sure about that. That's a non-story now. They won't be there. They won't be there. First day of preseason training, we'll have the squad that Amrin wants to have, you know, plus incomings hopefully for the preseason for the tour. And it really is getting ahead of Monday, isn't it? It just stops Monday being a thing of
it does. And there's not a press conference on Monday, but in terms of, like you said, the squad, it just stops it being a thing. And when will we first speak to Ruben? Well, I'll be in that press conference. I think it will be in Sweden. So would they do a press conference? Actually, will they? They surely would.
I might not. It's a friendly. Actually, Sweden. They always do one at the beginning of the tour, don't they? Beginning of the tour, they always do one. But not in the Sweden,
I'm at that one. So
in Sweden,
they probably won't. But
they might just talk to MUTV on the touchline.
Yeah, maybe. So I don't think he'll talk them, but the tour definitely he will. So maybe we won't get to put questions to him until we get to America, but. And MUTV aren't going to say, so what's going on with them 5 players? What did they say to you? They're not going to do that from internally. So we'll have to wait until. So we go out there on the 23rd. So we'll have to wait until the game's on the 27th, right? So maybe the 26th there'll be a presser or something like that.
Maybe.
But the journalists will obviously ask once that they've arrived there. You know, actually, no, probably before that because it'd be like a training session or something, and they'll ask what's going on with these 5 players, what's going on with this, what's going on with that, and then he'll address it then, and then just keep it stepping, just keep it moving.
But you were in that press conference in Thailand when Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't on the preseason.
Oh, they won't stop.
And that was one player, let alone
Marcus Rashford, definitely.
5 Garnacho.
But that was yeah. But I think, if we're honest, no one's gonna go. But with Molasses, sorry, can I just go back? Why is Molasses? No one's gonna care. No disrespect. Antony, no one's gonna go. Oh, Ruben, just with Antony. So, did he want to leave, or no one's gonna care?
Yeah.
It's Sancho. Everybody knows that already. No one's going to care. It's Rashford and Garnacho. But Rashford again has spent last season on loan. Said big interview Henry that he wants to leave. It's not really news that I can't. So just quickly. So did he say he wants to leave or did he not? It's not going to be that. The Garnacho one will probably be that.
You say that though.
They'll ask what they'll ask. What have you spoke to him since? Like what? Once he says I've not spoken to him. What more does that say?
The problem is though because sometimes. Ruben, when he was getting asked about Rashford before he moves on loan, he does say something every time. You know, like Ten Hag would be very closed off. He wouldn't say that much. Ruben does always give an answer. You know, like the whole, I'd rather have the goalkeeping coach involved and the goalkeeping coach is in his 60s.
But I think he's learned from that. I think he's learned.
You know, he said, you think he would just say nothing?
After he said that, he's come out quite a few times and been like, I've got a lot of learning to do myself. Like I'm sometimes too honest. Like George told me off. Andrew told. He says it. He said it in time. He said before. Andrew said I shouldn't say that, and he is very open and honest. That like they told me off. I'm too honest. I keep saying too much stuff. Like I can't say that. Yeah. So he does say it. He does say it. But that's why I think he'll learn from this one. Something might slip out at the beginning, where he does the awkward smirk or listen, guys, Rashford. Because it will be like, but he doesn't have a number.
Like when he was laughing, got his number when he was laughing with Garnacho, the Garnacho one. But Garnacho here next season.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
KJ, are you even aware? Are you even aware?
I was watching the last 10 minutes in the car as I was racing home.
So you've seen the news.
Yes, but not everything. All I know is Cunha's wearing a number 10 shirt, but I feel there's more to the story than just Cunha's wearing a number 10 shirt. You lot have started talking about players. The last thing I heard you say, Owen, was we're going to see about people being treated fairly in Player FC. So I'm like,
yes.
wait a minute, are they not allowed
Bring
to
it up, Owen? Bring it up, Owen. He doesn't know.
Yeah. But you're right. Okay, so we've
There's a lot going on.
Halfish. So if you are just joining us, like KG the comedian, Marcus Rashford, Alejandro Garnacho, Jadon Sancho, Antony, and Terrell Malacia have all told Manchester United they want to leave the club and will be allowed to report for pre-season duty later to finalise moves. They will have access to the medical and rehab facilities during their time away from Carrington. It's not as if they're banished or barred or anything like that. But this is a delayed return for them until later in July, maybe even later than that. Mateus Cunha has been given the number 10 shirt, which of course was Rashford's, but Rashford's reps were informed in advance about this. Cunha indeed is the new Manchester United number 10. And if you had any concern that, Rashford could be coming back, it's definitely over between Manchester United and Rashford, with Fabrizio even doing a waving goodbye emoji. And I suppose the same could be said about all of those 5 players. It is definitely over. They will not be at preseason training on Monday. The likelihood is they probably won't be on the preseason tour of the United States. This is whether or not you want to say, they told Manchester United, I want to leave, or Manchester United told them, you are leaving. Same situation, same outcome. They're all going to be leaving the club. And this is, I suppose, maybe as banishing as Manchester United actually do.
That is absolute go on, Amarim. That's Amarim. That has to be the manager. The manager said, well, you don't know where it is. We've remember the Ten Hag Sancho special where they just brought him on tour. Me like a muggins, like, I think you never know, lads.
I remember when you say that.
I was like, they're in the same vicinity. They're not like they're here, they're around each other. Maybe, just maybe, Ten Hag said, Amarim said, I don't want this guy on the plane. Like, you have access to all this stuff, but you're not a part of this team. Do you know how insane that is? Mental of it. I love it. I personally think that's one of the greatest things that we should be doing. You want these players to buy in, but Garnacho, look at the position Garnacho's put himself in. And he's the biggest fool of them all, out of everyone, to me personally. You went out there, done this massive, the interview was so unnecessary. His his Europa League antics after the final was embarrassing. Even if he had a point, you can't do that. And now, guess what? It's not like you got mountains of places to go. So you could be frozen out of a good situation. Why? Because you just believed your hype. You got above your station. And good, because the people are going to find clubs. You might be a lone guy. Hopefully we find a club for him. But Chelsea, probably looked at Chelsea for really want to go there. You hear that he desires to play for a team in London. Well, guess what? It's becoming slim pickings, bro. Right now, I don't know. Arsenal are talking about Noni Madueke. Don't know if that's going to happen. You got Chelsea, you've got Gittins. So I'll be surprised if they go for him. If they go there, good luck to him. But you just have to respect your home club. Wearing their thingy shirt as well probably was the nail in the coffin. The Aston Villa one, and there was nothing from the club. I said, all right. They said that bullshit is going to stop now. And they made it. I
think before that, you was told in front of everyone that you better pray you find a new club.
But for him, that was the thing. But for Garnacho, in his side, like you just said there, he was told you find a new club. Ever since then, since he's known that, he's just gone fuck this. Let's be real, he has. Yeah. The one in the FA Cup final. Sorry, the Carabao Cup, the Europa League final. It was distasteful, but if you're on good terms and you're doing the right stuff, people will say, you know what? Mason Mount's been injured for 2 years. This guy has played when everyone's been injured, played all the games, played in the semi-final, quarterfinal, started all the games. Then it got to that game and you put Mason Mount ahead of me and I played 20 minutes. I can see why you're vexed and we lost from a professional point of view. But because he's got all the other baggage that goes with him, that was more of a self-preservation rather than I'm just annoyed this day. And then he obviously posted the Aston Villa shirt. So since that day, he was told, you're done. I just think he's just self-combusted and gone, F all of it. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? So to me, this ain't, none of these men are shocked by this. Do you know what I mean? what I was saying before you just got here.
We don't know that officially, though.
Reports,
we don't know that they're not surprised at how.
Well, no. What it says, Rashford's camp was told. Well, Rashford done an interview saying he wants to leave, so he's not shocked, is he? He told Henry Linear.
His interview today say, well, it was put out there that he's ready to play for pre-season.
He's ready. Yeah, but that's what we was just talking about before you came. I was basically saying you talk about spin. Actually, Man United saying this thing of 5 players saying is not really spin. But Rashford's camp a couple of days ago going when the briefings from the big journalists was he's happy to come back, be professional, and come back for pre-season. Then all of a sudden, Man United have said that none of them are coming back for pre-season. So that for me would be where the spin would have come from of Rashford of like, I know I'm not going back, I'm leaving, but we need to do the PR thing of say you're ready to come back, be professional until you find a new club. Now it's the club that said don't come back.
It's the
so
same.
You're all right. Do you know what I mean?
Same as the Instagram stories during games when he was left, he wasn't included in the squad. Great win today, guys. It's like it's the same. It's just, I'm not the bad guy here. I'm a team player. I'm happy to come back. And then Man United like, well, we don't want you. Like I don't care. You know what I mean? And like I said before, I mean, we got a load of super chats we'll get to very shortly. Yeah. But I'm just fascinated because I guarantee you, KG, I guarantee you.
What's a guarantee?
The player FC will rear their heads and start going, it's very disrespectful. They're doing it this way, man. It's very disrespectful.
Oh,
very disrespectful. Or they'll be like, it'll be, you know what, Amorim, he can't be that ruthless when he's 15th. He should be ashamed of himself. They're two separate issues. Amorim might still be shit this season, but also they're still shit for us, those players. They can be separate,
Listen, man. I'm really happy. I think it's up to you how you want to look at it. I'm gonna look at it from the lens of the manager's being ruthless and he's taking control of this team and he wants to get ready for pre-season. That's a better thought than he's got like the club just decided and this, that, and the other. I like if it's an Amorim thing. So that's the angle I'm gonna look. And it's just like the people that are gonna look at it from the how dare Amorim do this angle. There's some people that are out there that are feeling that way right now. They wanted Sanchez probably back in or to be given an opportunity. Like this, how different is this from Maresca not giving Sterling a number? Like, it's not
you talk
like
about backing your manager as well. Obviously, that you back your manager in terms of bringing signings in. Okay, Man United still got work to do on that. But you also back your manager in terms of, I don't want any of these players. All right, we'll get rid of them. No, I don't even want to come back for pre-season. Like we were saying last year with Eric I know, Eric, you don't like Sancho, but integrate him, put him in the shop window. You don't think that Ten Hag would have wanted to do this last year with Jadon Sancho? No, don't even have him come back. I don't know. I don't want him to come back. He can just find him. He can find his own transfer. Ruben Amorim's gone. Training's on Monday. I don't want any of them there. I don't want Garnacho there. I don't want Rashford there. I don't want Sancho there. Antony, he doesn't want to come back anyway. I don't want him there. Malacia, we're getting rid of them, aren't we? Yeah. Well, I don't want them there then. Tell them they don't have to come back. And it's study leave. You can use the library if you want to, but you can also revise at home. Everyone's going to take the option to revise at home. They ain't going library.
Absolutely.
Okay? That's what it is.
They're not going to embarrass themselves coming in.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get these super chats out because there's a lot, and then we'll carry on because more importantly, another big thing that has happened today is we do have a new number 10. Marcus Rashford has no number, and Matheus Cunha has the number 10. He is our new number 10. We need to talk about that. Aminos, I'm going to read two of your I'll read two of your super chats, but the middle one about Partey. We all know what's happened there. We can't really make light of that situation, bro. Aminor says, DJ KG in the house on another platform. Move Flex. Yeah, this is before you got here.
You need DJ, so I'll leave that
alone. Like I said, Aminor, I'm going to miss out that one. And KG listening to offers from Ransom Bants. #love. There's always #love, but I don't think that transfer will happen. Bonehurt says,
I strongly not happening.
Strongly not happening, but it could be spin, KG. Maybe a line.
Spin.
Bonehurt says spin. Just do the hot chip fleck.
Oh shit, that's
KG. He was saying that you've got to do one because you were late. He was trying to.
No, I was just proving that. Just proves that that's not the president. And KG was later than I was, and he doesn't have to do one. Yeah, so it's not. That's not. We don't do it for lateness. That's the whole point. Exactly.
This is why I said the dates. No, but you said
too high.
There was a reason as to why you lot did this. That's not you lot.
That was the reason.
No, there was more because there was
no Owen. I need to step in here. Owen, was this or was this not just because that I was late on that stream and you started it when I wasn't there and said, he's late. He said it's going to be back in 5 minutes. He's not. It was to do with only
that was
time.
That's what happened. That's what happened,
bro. And it accelerated to this.
Wait, I still can't believe.
You know how mad that is?
Honestly, I'm in shock. But you agreed. You signed the. You agreed.
Because it weren't really.
I'm transferring. I'm telling you right now. If you lot make me do one of those for lateness, that's here we go, bro.
Bomber.
I've gone.
Catch the deal says Man United risk embarrassment due to a lack of power in securing players. They must address contract battles and pay players accordingly. Because that's the next thing. You can say these men ain't coming back, and that's a lot of players. We need to sign people. They need to actually leave. These guys actually need to go, or it's not going to work.
That's important. That's why we got to look at that guy. What's this Douglas Luiz guy? Do it.
Absolutely.
If you don't want him to even breathe the air of the other team, do it.
Yeah, get him in. Next super chat. Members chat about CEO1 Chaos being a member for 5 months. Big up to you. It says today it's called soccer. Happy Independence Day, boys. America. Yeah.
America.
Big up to C1 Chaos and everybody out there in the States as well. Nessie has been a member for 36 months. Crazy. 3 years of supporting the best community on YouTube. Big up to Trinity and UV fam. Big up, man.
Big up, by the way, to Alice. Alice has just redirected her viewers to here.
Yes, Alice.
Alice with the raid.
Alice raid.
Yeah.
Okay, Alice raid. I haven't seen. I've been looking at the super chat tab. I haven't seen that. Big up, Alice, man. You didn't have to do that. Appreciate that. Sir Marcus says, KG, you're a criminal. Late as usual.
True. Yeah.
Apologies.
Catch the Deal says, Amorim acting like a saint when he should be leaving the club for 15th.
Told you. I told you.
Yeah. Next season, he better win all games. He better have 100% record next year because some of us will attack him in football terms. So Catch the Deal is saying that Amorim better win all games. Every single one. W. Not invincible.
For daring to telling Rashford and Garnacho and Sancho and Antony and Malacia, you all leave. I don't want you here. How dare you? How dare you? 15th. You should just resign in shame.
Yep. And let anyone stay who wants to stay. You have no say. You finish 15th.
I've done something today. I flipped this morning.
All right, wait. Keep it there. Larry says, do y'all, because I want to know this. Do y'all think giving Rashford's shirt away whilst he's still here is disrespectful? No.
See? It's disrespectful, Fleck. It's you don't treat players like this. You don't treat people like this.
Well, to be fair, Larry's asking the question. Larry's asking. Doesn't mean that Larry definitely thinks it is. He's just asking a question, to be fair to Larry. He's asking us, do we think it's disrespectful while he's still here? My answer is no. Owen, what's your answer?
No.
KG, what's your answer?
Disrespect.
Spin.
Yeah, so I think Larry, we answered Larry's question.
He sat on the bench, bro. Don't get twisted. Rashford, we wish you well. Thank you for your service to this club. It's been great. You've won some good stuff with us, and we appreciate that. That's important to say, but we're ready to move on.
Some people don't feel that. Some people go,
we're ready to move on.
He's had a rubbish career. He ain't done nothing.
No, he hasn't. That's a lie. I love Rashford for what he did. I like the story. I like him taking on the government. He's done some great things, but
he's had a great career at United.
He's just an adult, and he's outgrown United, and he doesn't want to do this anymore. And respect. Well done to Rashford for... It's fine. You know what I mean?
He's outgrown United. I don't know if he's outgrown United. It's come to an end. It's a natural conclusion.
He feels like he probably has, because he's like, the club hasn't been... There's been no structure at this club.
But there's no play bigger than the club.
I hear that. But this club has embarrassed itself in the way it's managed. It's everything. Every part of this club has been terrible, and he's grown up in that. So he's a product of how he's been raised in this club. We have our part to play as Man United for letting Rashford down as well. We can't absolve ourselves and say, there you go. So that's the point I'm making. Rashford, despite everything, you've managed that. You've achieved these things. All the best. See you later. Have a great career. Once a red,
just accept it's over. It's that simple. Yeah. Just accept it.
There you go.
Catch a Deal is there. Okay. Day says flex hot chip for saying Garnacho was world class. Didn't say that. Didn't say he was world class. Didn't say he was world class.
We say he could be world class. I think they're referring to the combined 11 thing with
Toby.
Tobes,
defending my player against a Spurs fan. Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah.
And I said he's got world class. I said he's got world class potential.
UV clips, find it.
Yeah, no, it's there. I said it. He's got world class potential. Didn't say he was world class. Let's just get the facts right, Dave. I didn't say he's world class. I said he's got world class potential. and guess what? With potential, how can I eat a hot chip when we haven't seen the potential yet?
If it was you, KG, could you
I'm not getting involved. Honestly, I don't like this hot ship play. I'm not getting involved. I think it's
KG, can I ask you a serious question? Yeah, no, of course. Like, all jokes aside, because I know, like, obviously we'll go, like, how manageable or unmanageable is it? I just tell the truth. Just tell the full truth.
I would sign to it. That tells you everything. You heard me. Here we go. It lets you know how I feel about that thing. Here we go.
Is it that hot? Is it actually that hot?
Do it.
No, I'm going to. But what I'm saying is just like how. Just give me like an hour, then it starts going down, or like what? What are you saying?
It's not an hour.
What happens?
It's not an hour. It's not a long.
What happens?
I would say that there's a brutal 15 minutes, and then there's brutal like exit.
Brutal exit
but I think that's what Flex is saying. How long does it take to get to the
it took me about 2 days. Like 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah, no, the day that happened, and the next day, it was still spicy.
Oh, right. I was going to say, I thought you were saying 2 days later. I was thinking, how long does it take to go through you?
It was a mess. Listen.
It was a mess.
It's a mess.
No, I'm saying that. I'm saying the whole thing was, the whole experience, I never want to experience that again.
Did you just see a ghost?
Yeah, no, my daughter just walked in.
Okay. It's funny the way you
random way she did
it. It's just the way you went. It's an experience I never want to see again. Like you had some kind of flashback.
The ghost of the hot chip, bro.
Reaper
just walked past it. Just went like that.
No, she just walked in as if she didn't know I was live, which she didn't make sense.
Yeah, when she knows.
You know
I'm live. Mick Cypher says Mount Hoyland worst number 7/9 in club history. Aloha from Liam says, how would Amorim deal with KG's lateness? Well, ask Garnacho and Rashford. Wouldn't see him, will we? So he wouldn't, yeah.
Well, KG feels justified though, because that's the difference, isn't it, KG? You
justified in what? Being late?
In his lateness. He says he was out of his control.
I apologize. I apologize for this wholeheartedly. I'm really sorry.
Is that what you feel the community wants to hear from you? Is that why you're doing it?
I apologize wholeheartedly. I'm sorry. Again, if we can't agree, and the community feels really strongly, I will have to walk away.
Spin. PR. That's what that is.
He's threatening resignation.
Exactly.
I'm saying
if they want me to leave, I will.
I have to leave. I have to leave. I'm gonna leave. I'm not doing that. I promise. Flex, you're gonna do that and say you'll never do it again.
Maybe I just won't do it because the way you're talking about it is maybe
that's not helping KG.
Maybe I'd rather jump out of a plane instead.
That's ridiculous. It's not going to kill you.
I'd rather.
You know what I mean? You'd rather jump out of a plane than have a hot chip
again. I'm never eating that ever again.
What? And you don't even like heights? Would you rather jump out of the plane and do that?
KG, we saw you on. Nah, we saw you on that bit of wire above the stadium.
You know that I'm not.
You were screaming.
Nah, KG, that's true. That's
well, that's good then, KG. Your punishment for being 50 minutes late, you've got to jump out of the plane.
I'm not jumping out of any planes as well. I'm not jumping.
You just said you'd rather have a hot chip.
I'm not. Listen,
you don't mean that. You don't mean that.
I am not doing.
Nah, you're scared of height, KG. You wouldn't rather jump out of a plane, bro. 30,000 feet.
I'm telling you, there's nothing.
Or 15,000 feet, wherever it is.
Nothing's on the table, bro.
So if we were in a plane, if we were in a plane, yeah, and I go, KG, you've got two options. You either eat this chip or you jump. You would jump out of the plane.
No, you wouldn't. You're lying.
Owen, on everything. Owen, on everything. I'm jumping. On everything.
I haven't even put your parachute on yet.
They better put it on because as soon as you said that to me, I'm jumping. You're gonna have to chip with the glove on, and I'm jumping.
Is it that hot? You're saying that? I'm not doing this. You think
I had it, yeah?
Oh, did you hear what this guy's saying about?
I had it, yeah. And I accidentally, they said Cunha has no way from your eyes. They still traveled. Bro, it's just this, brother. And you can't cope. Bro, I
So
showered.
really, you need
I had a shower,
goggles,
bro. I
snorkel,
showered.
you need
But it's
gas
still
mask.
hot. I showered, bro. And it was like, and I said, at this house, I went, Box was like, what's wrong? And I was like, the chip. She goes, why would you do that, you idiot?
You know when you get that one, why are you going on the internet and doing stupidness like that? And now you can't do this for the weekend. Now you can't do what you were meant to do.
Weekend, you know?
Yeah. I'm like, nah.
Family, what's wrong with you?
Blasted.
We
fool.
follow you, idiot.
Oh man.
It's like that look
I
you
don't
get. You know
know.
when you're going into the room, whether
man.
your computer is to stream, whatever, and you're taking a lot of props with you, or you're dressed up like something, and you get that look from a family member going, "What are you doing?" Walking around the house.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing
No,
this.
you can't. You can bid it.
Nah,
You bought it.
Nah.
It's not that bad.
Oh shit. Amador says if Amram doesn't get W's versus Burnley and Fulham, ...
Oh, can I tell you how flip-flopped?
Yeah, hold on. 2 more left. Runner number 1. It's disrespectful, but so manager is making it clear his future is elsewhere. And the last one from so far, Fitch says, badge before the name on the back. Never forget it. 100%. Never forget that. Make sure you guys smash a like on the video, man. We are at currently, where are we at? We're at 459 likes and we've got nearly 2K watching live. So actually, let's get to 750 people. That's for sure. That's 100% for sure. Right, KG, you flip-flopped and you've brought out your book of responsibility. So does that mean you need to put your own... Yeah.
I'm worried.
Yeah.
So what's going on? What have you said? What have you done?
What I've decided to do is I've decided to do clean slate for the manager.
No, okay.
Clean slate for Amram.
You can't. You finished 15th. You can't do that.
No, listen to me. Hear me out. Oh, I've written down.
That wasn't me that time. I didn't.
That's me. That's me. It's me.
That's me. That was Flex. That wasn't me.
Now, hear me out. I've got some, what's the words when you say little conditions? I've got conditions.
Yes, you do. You do have conditions, KG.
I said he cannot.
You definitely have conditions. You definitely do.
Many letters.
Yeah.
No. Yes. While that could be argued, hear me out.
I have conditions.
What's the word? Help me. Give me the word, guys. What's the word? You know what I'm talking about. Come on. Anyway, not important.
You're saying sin bin him again.
I've got certain things that I'm saying that he just can't happen. So I'm willing to
non-negotiables.
Yes, thank you. I've got my non-negotiables. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrote this down. Yeah. I'm not gonna bring up last season while we're on preseason. No matter how bad it looks.
But that's not for him. That's for you.
This is. I can only look after myself.
Right. I thought you were saying your non-negotiables are for Amarim.
No, there's some
for you.
There's some. No, this is just me. This is what I'm agreeing.
Read out what you've written down.
Yeah.
I was trying, but there's been some.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's been some interruptions. Sorry, sir. Right, go on. Go. Class is listening. We're listening.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'm on mute. I'm putting my thing on mute.
So beautiful caveats. That's what I wanted to say. Anyway, so I'm gonna make sure preseason, no matter how bad it looks, I'm not bringing up last season. While me and Flex are on tour, I'm not gonna be like, but last season we finished 15th. What the hell is this? I'm just gonna give this guy 10. I'm giving him to the 8th of November. Is
that written down?
Yes.
8th of November.
Given to the 8th of November. Now, important caveat. What's unacceptable? We cannot lose 7-0 to Liverpool. Tear up the contract. 5-0 to Liverpool. Tear up the contract. There's another one as well. I said
4-0 is 4-0. So 4-0's not too bad. That's fine.
4-0's is not great, but we'll probably be able to get through that. Anyway, hear me out now. I said I need a victory against Spurs because they can't beat us 5 times consecutively. I need a victory or a draw. These are my non-negotiables, guys.
But what if we lose against Spurs, but he's won like against Arsenal, against City, against Chelsea? Like, what if it's really good, but we just lost against Spurs?
And also that Spurs game's that Spurs game's on the 8th of November. So you're saying if he, regardless of any other, all of those other things, if on the 8th of November he loses to Spurs, then he should lose his job.
Did you do this on the Best of Enemies?
Imagine he hits all of those targets. Imagine he hits all those targets that you're saying, or exceeds them, and then on the 8th of November he loses against Spurs. Then you say, well, we got to get rid.
Well, guys,
KG said I done it on a pre-record with no pushback. Don't let that comment just slip. This guy just said,
"Oh my god!"
He said, I said, because the way he's talking, I'm going, well, you've been under immense pressure from Don Robert or X or something's happened here. Someone, no, I did this on a pre-record on my ones in my room with no pushback, not even live, no delegates, nothing.
What we're gonna do is, I think the contract needs to be looked at. It's like the first deal. You know when we tried to sign in Buemo the first time, there were some issues. I'm now seeing what you lot are saying, and I'm gonna go back to the drawing board, and a new deal is imminent. A new deal's imminent, guys.
What the fuck is this guy doing?
Look, I'm just saying, I'm trying to give the manager a chance. That's all I said.
You said clean slate. That's the biggest statement you can make.
Yeah. This is it.
Clean slate. Also, it's not a clean slate if you're saying that there are specific, things that
the clean slate unless it beats Spurs.
Yeah. Oh, it's a clean slate apart from all of these things that are still dirty.
From Spurs, they've beaten us 4 times in a row.
We'll beat everyone, mate. We finished 15.
What
about Palace? What about Forest? Are you going to be vexed if Forest do us again? Bournemouth again.
Well, look, sometimes the thing with deals and the first
write them down, KG, in the book. Write them down.
All the teams, bro.
End of the day, that's the first one. No one usually accepts the first thing that's sent to the club. So I still need to go back and make some amendments.
There's some final version.
There's some notes on your script, KG.
But again, me and the club can agree that I'm going to give Amorim a chance. That's the
clean slate.
Yeah, I'm giving him a chance, mate.
That's more than a chance.
Clean slate, man. He came to this club. A lot of things didn't go his way, and I'm willing to give him a chance. If you want to vilify me for giving him a chance,
you wasn't saying you wasn't giving him like.
Oh no, you said Amorim out.
No, you said Amorim out. No, but you already admitted and said like on the day, like angry, like it's not that. You said you made that clear. Of course, I
wanted him out.
No, you did, but you also revoked that a long time ago. Do you know what I mean? Right. So I don't think you had to.
I did.
What you think people were unsure, like how you were feeling about Amorim going into the season?
I was Amorim out, bro. It's only today that I've decided that I'm really trying to be a great guy and just start again, fresh.
A great guy. A great guy.
AT, you got issues. You got issues. You got serious issues.
I decided it was only today I decided I'm going to be a great guy and give him a clean slate. Why did you do that? Based on any evidence? I just wanted to be a really nice guy, actually. I thought that's something a great guy. What would a great guy do?
I flip-flopped. I decided to give this guy a chance. Let's see what happens.
Can I ask you this then?
Go ahead.
Actually, big up to Gowan Life and Oxford Natural because the pre-season tour is brought to you and powered by them. We are optimized. We are getting optimized. We will be optimized. 100%. KG's on it as well. 100%. We're all on it, right? So scan the QR code right there, top left of the screen. You can see it there. Get up to 70% off your first order. Up to 70%. I think we need to set some pre-season rules and boundaries and guidelines, and I think that should go in there.
I've got
because what I was thinking is this. These are the visions I had in my head, and you can correct me. Owen, feel free to back me up or refute what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I got visions of him saying, clean slate, are you allowed to get excited, take pictures with Ruben? Oh my God, there's wicked, Ruben. No,
I'm not gonna. Ruben is there. I don't love the manager like that. I don't love the manager how I love Ten Hag at the time. I don't feel that way yet towards Ruben. I'm just happy he's here. I don't feel that way about him.
Are we allowed, in the interest, and I say we because we're gonna be there?
Yeah.
Are we allowed? because we haven't spoke about our new number 10 yet, and it's nearly 10 minutes left of the show.
We can be gassed.
Are we allowed when we see him to big him up, take pictures, coons, all of that, or are we like finish 15th, stop doing this to these players?
This is crazy. You can't put that.
I was like, that's not what I can.
That's the one that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Yeah. So what we're not gonna do? All right, cool.
That really can't work.
What we're not gonna
do? Can't.
Wait,
because it is natural for us to say Mateus. It doesn't really work.
It doesn't
really work, but we definitely can't call him that first one.
Absolutely not.
We have to just be normal for once. Mateus, man. Big up Mateus, bro.
We can't call him like
number 10.
Really.
My 10.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So so pictures with the new signings and just like bigging them up. Is that allowed? Or like positivity? Right. What about the players we like Lenny, Ahmad, and that? You know when it's like when we see the man, all of that. Like,
how are you gonna act? Because this is where I got issue. Onan's vibey guy.
Yeah.
I've slagged him off all season.
Yeah. No, I think you said this. Where did we go? And you said it then. We were somewhere, and you was like, "Nah, man, I can't even. I have to just leave it." If he, I think just be respectful.
Just give him a minimal head nod.
Yeah. I think you just keep it respectful. I'll do the same.
KG, you showed your journalistic integrity. You interviewed Brandon Williams at that time.
I hated it.
But you were professional. That's what it would be the same, wouldn't it? You know, just be asking questions.
Yeah, no, because that doesn't count. That when you're on tour and there's a player that has to be interviewed. That's our job as well. Like that's not like I don't really like this player. I want him to leave. I've asked Onana questions before, since Rasmus, same thing. Doesn't check like that's the player that the media team bring out. You need to ask them a question after.
I can ask Onana questions. Yeah, I'm not gonna be like them ones where like when I didn't like Maguire. Yeah, I just didn't talk to him. I gave myself something to do whenever he was around. I found something else. That's what I wanted. Like, because Onan's is such great vibes. Yeah, you just look rude. But I just feel like a snake. Like I can't even. You
saying hello, bro. Like the way you got to see it as you're an SJA award winner, right? And the real journalists, let's be real, they write the thing on the Monday, they shake hands on the Tuesday. It's not personal.
That's true.
It's a job, bro. Boxing, boxing's a bit different.
They're not fans. They're not fans. They're journalists. I'm a fan of the club, so it's different.
Bro, you won an SJA. You keep saying your team this and that.
Man, but then it's a.
And then what did you say on stage when you won it, KG?
Yeah.
What did you say when you won the SJA? What did you say?
Exactly. So you can't do that and not be yourself.
That's true, and that's why if myself knows that's
bro, we didn't get this by compromising who and what we stand for. So I'm saying, if you see Onana, you can say hello. This is me
being myself. I would not if there's someone I don't really.
Well, you wouldn't say hello.
If there's someone I
you don't not like him though.
I don't not like him. If there's someone I think like I've been rinsing, don't say hello to me. You don't like me. Like you don't rate me. Like why you saying hello?
What will you say to Joshua Zirkzee on tour?
I've said sorry. I'll say hello. Well, go on. And then I might even do the thing. I was wrong. I might even do Cam was. Remember when I went up to Delo and said Cam was right?
That was most amazing. That is one of the most amazing videos ever because he said to Diogo Dalot, Cam was right about you. And clearly he's like, who is Cam?
Who the hell is Cam?
Yeah. Well, he knows who he is now, though, because shout out Coach Cams. He's done interviews with Dalot, so he will know now. But at the time, I don't think he would have known.
Yeah, but I think
Coach Cam you were talking about. He was talking about Statman Cam. He was talking about Coach Cam. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant about because Coach Cams loves Dalot, like always has as well.
Yeah, he was like, Cam said this. Yeah, so
what about? And I said, listen. I'm not gonna put I called him an ogre. I called him an ogre, mate. So, and I regretted that as soon as I did that. But that's probably my worst moment. That's probably that's my most regrettable.
I say Zexy, I was moving mad. I tell him Zex, I was moving
mad, but I think there's characters that you can do that to.
Would you ask him to participate in like a race between you two, just to kind of put that one to bed?
I'll apologize for everything.
Just say, can we just have like a quick 15?
I misjudged. I judged
just
you.
like
a certain man would appreciate it. Honestly, I think if you
10, 15,
I would say, but
10,
you know
15
me,
yard dash.
I've got no issues by saying, "Hey, I judged you way too soon, and I was wrong. I apologize."
Yeah, But that's the thing. But that's the thing that you see that, yeah. Obviously, it's not personal when you say it. So sometimes, like when I said that was personal, which is why I said sorry immediately. That was out of character. That was really bad of me in that moment. But the thing that you say, oh, it's fake, or the thing that keeps it real is, I think, two things. One, like you say, not breading and doing too much when you just say get the player out of this, that, and the other before you had those opinions, yeah. Because the opinion changes over time. Like when Onana first come here, vibes, I took pictures of him, I wanted him to do well, then I could see this. So now I wouldn't do that. But at the beginning, I just think we support the players, don't we? Until
that's what I'm saying. I saw, remember, on the last tour, I kept it raw. I saw Onana, said, I was moving mad against you last season, but I'm going to back you. I'm not giving up on your Onans.
And then, yeah, exactly. So, but that's new evidence has prevailed. Like,
write it down in the book, KG.
You're allowed to say that, bro. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to do that.
Assuming that Brian and Bumo will be there, will you sing the song to him?
KG, if you see him? Absolutely. Am I allowed to do that on the tour?
Absolutely. I think so. That's tradition. That's tradition.
I'm doing it.
KG sings songs.
We've just done it with Onana, and Beanie Man liked the comment, and look what's happened to him. Are you the king of dance? Actually, no.
What do you want me to do? Do you want me to change?
That's not right.
What? You don't change him. He shouldn't change himself.
I was so reactive.
No. It spilt the window. Oh.
Why did he react like that, though? That was just so excessive.
No, because my wife just went, look, it's going to fall. That's why it wasn't.
Is there any broken glass? Is there any broken glass? Has anything shattered?
May as well have.
Has anything shattered?
It's the same thing. Arts books. If something goes on the carpet that can't come off, it's the same thing.
Water from the.
No, what do you mean? It's a diffuse. It's got real things in it.
What real things?
Oh, real things.
Yeah, it's not water.
Real things are going in.
All right, pour a diffuser on your carpet. See what happens.
How many things are coming? How many things are coming? You see that? Look, there's a moth.
Sounds like KG at Christmas. A moth. What's going on?
I don't know.
What's going on? Guys, end the stream, man. It's all go. Listen, too much.
Literally.
I need to get this off.
All right, cool. So what we agreed to then? Can I be myself?
Huh?
Can I be myself, or do I have to be the person that you lot want me to be?
Oh, he's being passive aggressive now. He's being silly.
I just want to know.
No, he's doing that. The chat's telling me I need to be.
No, you're telling me. The chat told me to be me. What would you like me to be? Are you sure?
I want you to be authentically yourself, which is measured. Yeah. I want you to be that measured person you say you are.
Cool. That comes with a lot of flip-flopping and songs.
So you are, mate.
Yeah.
So you are.
Mr. the Comedian.
Oh, one be surprised when I do it.
So you are.
Be upset.
KG loves pain. Support Eric Ten Hag after a 7-0 thrashing, and Amorim after losing to Spurs in the European final. So C1 Chaos. Aminor says, Fletz, can you review KG's contract conditions with UV? Aloha from Liam says, Amorim said Garnacho, Rashford, and Sancho at training. Red flag. The Magician says, advice from your local community, Luchador. You can't get away with more things.
You can.
Oh, you can. You can get away with more things as long as you wear a costume. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a mask.
That's you. Prime Senpai. Prime Senpai says, KG, write this down. You need to shake Onana's hand. That's how we get him out of the club. Look what Flex did to Rude. Got him sacked for the same action.
Flex has got to shake Onana's hand.
No, because he would end up staying, but he'd get even worse. You know what I mean? It just wouldn't work.
Reverse judge.
Yeah.
And Onana always says hello, innit? You've seen it. He always comes over.
The nicest person you've ever met.
He is. K-Flow says, never change, KG. Flip-flop king. Don't change. There you go. You said what did the chat want you to be. There you go. Right there. And back
myself. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be myself.
Yourself. All right. Big up. Wait, Cunha's number 10 though.
What are you going to do to the carpet? Is it going to be okay?
Yeah.
I think it's just going to smell nice, that room now.
Well, I already did because this was
nice. It's going to just smell even
better. But it's going to even
cotton blossom. Lovely.
Yeah.
Smells wicked.
I do know what you mean though, because you know when you open them, you get them out of the packet, and then do you kind of freak out if the oil gets on your fingers, and then you're like, oh,
yeah, because now I can smell exactly. It's proper potent, which is what I mean. So there you go. But that's all right. Put some stain remover on that. That's calm. But no, just what's his name? Cunha. Not the word that we're going to call him. We have to drop that.
Definitely not.
He's our new number 10 though. Like this is significant.
New era, man. New era.
I'm happy about that.
I need a name for him though. We ain't got a name for him.
Yeah, just chill.
You know what I mean? Think of a song, KG.
No, don't think of a song.
Why not?
Manchukucha says carpet is perfect example. When the missus walks in the room, she'll focus on the mask versus the mess that needs cleaning. Boom, crisis averted. All right, okay.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go with I thought you were going with Lion King, Hakuna Matata. You could do something like that.
No, we have to sign Mateta for that to work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Just like so.
Cunha and Mateta. That would be good.
Yeah.
What was that?
Right.
What was that? I don't know what that was. Why did he starts bobbing sideways? Like
because how you sing it in assembly.
Oh mate, we got serious problems, man.
We got again on tour.
I don't know what we're gonna do. End the stream, man. End the stream. Guys,
see you there, mate.
Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Oh, there's one more super chat from Preem Senpai. Actually, says the pronunciation will never leave this community.
Is it Preem?
Oh, is it not Preem? Preem Senpai?
Preem is perfect. Just Preem.
Okay. Yeah. Preem. There you go. Big up to you. Yes. And big up, man. Hopefully we get some breaking news over the next. That Owen still got belief that Mbeumo's going to be here by Monday in training. Owen, KG,
there's lots of space. There's lots of space. Yeah. A lot of lockers available, aren't there? Yeah. 5 more.
And if it did happen now, Owen would be the worst. He'd be like, I told you. He'd be unbearable. But we'll take it to get him in. So hopefully it does happen. And Owen gets the last laugh. But I don't think he will. All right, people, take care. We're out of here, man. Take care. Peace.